government. We need our Congress for everyone's benefit. The 1%, they just take what they like. We've got to show up and vote for our rights. So vote in November. Vote, a time to remember. Vote, but don't be late. Vote, don't procrastinate. It's our country, our democracy. We can't afford mediocrity. If we do nothing, our hope floats away.
How y'all doing, baby? How y'all doing? It's Sunday, baby. It's Sunday, and it's time for another Blue Dot family meeting, and I'm so glad y'all are here. Anyway, I am. Mom and I are by ourselves here at the house. We kind of, kids are gone. What are we going to do? Anyway, they'll be back. I ain't going far. Anyway, it is Sunday. And first off, let me thank Dwayne Drizzle for coming in. Deborah Douglas, thank you. Stephanie Dean, you're not feeling well, baby. I'm sure Jay will make you feel much better. Just sit there and chill out for a baby. And glad you're here. Dorothy Tittle is here. Adina Michael. BW is here. My neighbor, Tracy Tobias. BW is here. Richard Phillips. Carol Gillens is here. Mega Wet Willie is with us. And oh, Lordy, look at there. That smart-ass squaw's here. And Dina Michael. Let me see. Jan Beach, let me see. There's Carolyn and John Majesco. Carolyn, I so enjoyed your letter about a frying pan. And it really, really just came to life with your letter. Indeed, Marcia has her mother's rolling pin, and this Carolyn informed me today, or John asked, does she use it for bacon or for hitting me in the head? And I'm sure she had a few. Anyway, I'm glad you're here. James Cooper is here. Mark Perkins, look at the trees. Outstanding. She's right there next to that smart-ass squaw. I bet they're both looking at the trees. Anyway, Debbie Marie is here. Donald Ware. Gary Spring all the way up in Canada. Thank you for being here. Let me see where I am down here. I got to jump or I'll never get to the end of it. And anyway, so what's been happening? Well, I'm glad you asked. I hope y'all got to, well, I hope y'all didn't listen to it, but I hope you got to hear the excerpts on the news and shit about Donnie's little parade up there in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. I bet Johnny's ears was just, the piercing from the whining must have really been pretty bad up in that area, because I could damn sure hear it down here. He went on a tyrant land. Well, mind you, he went up there to support Dr. Oz, running for Senate up there. Yeah. And Mastriano, who's running for governor, went up there to support them. And, yeah, they got a few minutes on the stage, but, man, almost 2 hours, baby. Donnie's up there ringing his bell, baby. Everything, we went through the whole damn 9 yards. Oh, look at here. I was really the one elected in 2020. I'm the greatest president there ever was. He turned on the press. He turned on Joe Biden. He turned on everybody, baby. He's trying to rile those troops up, man, trying to really get them motivated. And I said earlier in my video earlier, with Donnie Boy, every time you hear him, it's like a game of of I'm rubber and you're glue, whatever you say sticks. He turns around. He tries to turn everything around. And he's calling Biden the enemy of the state now. Really, you little prick. I only see one enemy on the horizon. Anyway, I'm a little flustered because there's two people down there in the chat I want to get to. And, well, wait a minute. Now we got one. So I better make my move before I lose them. I don't know where Badass was here a minute ago. It's too far away, but I know who is here. Bernadette Priya's here. Bernadette, baby, how are you?
I am better, John.
I am so glad to hear that. Nobody else knows. Nobody else knows out here, I guess. Do you want to share?
There's a couple in Discord that know.
Well, for those of you who don't,
out last night.
Bernadette went on a wonderful trip to go visit her family out in Colorado and ended up in the hospital. And it was bad. It was bad, and we were concerned, as everybody that found out was. But we have missed you around here, baby, and I'm so glad everything's better. Back down to normal?
Dude, I'm so glad to be back, and I got my voice back, and I even got a little bit of air, and I'm ready to talk about that motherfucker. But yes, Colorado, beautiful state. Don, I thought I lived in the mountains. I lived in hills.
That's what I got so tickled when you said that to me. She said, I thought I lived in the mountains, but I don't. I live on a hill.
No, I live on a hill. Okay.
A beautiful hill, though.
It's gorgeous, and I have trees. Okay.
Yes.
There's a point in Colorado where trees don't grow past that point.
No.
Okay. And it's really butt fuck up there, and that's where I was in Colorado. Beautiful state. Went from one side, from the north to the south. Saw a lot of it. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful state. And respect the hell out of their mountains. They got mountains.
They got mountains, baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Colorado tried to kill me. Then it tried to capture me, but I escaped.
You escaped.
And I'm here to tell that story.
You're back in the lowlands.
I am. I consider myself a flatlander on a hill compared. Okay.
I did when we went up to Denver and stuff. Yeah, it's a little hard up there if you're only live. Yeah. Well, look at me. I live at sea level, baby. I think my elevation is like 30 feet.
We saw the Rockies and the Great Divide. Okay, so we hit both of those mountain ranges, and they're way up there. We were between 8,000 and 9,000 feet up. Wow. And let me tell you something. For a bunch of old ladies, that's not the place you want to go.
No.
They have no air.
If you have this I don't know, habit of breathing, you got to acclimate yourself for that.
Good.
Yeah, that's not a place to go.
It's not good.
And I've been a smoker too long in my life.
John, I prepared for this trip. I read about altitude sickness because I have some older family members, and I was concerned for them.
Right.
And we brought oxygen generators and
what did you tell me? You didn't think it was going to be you, maybe one of your sisters, because you're the baby, right?
Yes, yes. I'm the youngest girl. My brother is younger than me, and I was the one who ended up in the hospital with altitude sickness and pneumonia. And on oxygen, my oxygen level was at 62% saturation, which is extremely low. And the doctors didn't want to let me go. They made my family promise to get me the hell out of that damn state.
More Hattie. Well, we're glad you're back.
Me too.
We have missed you, and I hope you.
Back, I can breathe again. Yay.
Look, Gene Shanky says, "Hi, Bernadette. She lives in Denver. Of course, she's acclimated.
She's at 5,200 feet. Sweetie, you got it. You're twice as high as I am. I live on a hill.
Yeah, we're working
I live on
that.
a hill. I'm at 2,500 feet up. I live on a hill compared.
More than one way to climb a mountain.
Yeah. And it was quite the story. I have spent the last week recuperating from pneumonia and getting my capability of breathing again. Okay.
Well,
I'm good. I'm good. I got air.
I missed you, and I know the Blue Dot family missed you, and
I missed
so
you guys.
we're just we're just
I
glad to
missed
have
you
that
guys.
voice back in here. Before we get all cranked up, let me thank Mage Prime Stem Realm, who came over with a $2 donation and said, check out my posts on your Facebook page. I just did. I didn't see it. So which one are you talking about? You're talking about the Blue Dot in Texas or John Bravo page? Let me know, and you could do that in the chat, man. Yes, I've missed you. Let me hit that right. Did you not see his speech, but did you see the outtakes?
I can
Holy
barely
shit.
stand looking at that motherfucker, okay? But I heard everybody talking about his bullshit. I'm so over Donald Trump. I am so over this man. Jail or hell, whatever happens first, I don't care. Hit this motherfucker with lightning. I don't care.
I don't want you to say that. Because Marcia said
jail, John.
I wish he'd drop dead, and I told her right behind. I wish he'd get hit by lightning at least to make a statement.
Go for that swing, and if lightning strikes that club, I ain't gonna be mad at it.
Anyway,
I'm just saying, I ain't wishing the man death.
Oh, he went on a rant last night, evidently.
To see him light up. I know he did.
As a matter of fact,
I know he did.
I was asleep when Marcia was watching, and she very seldom checks the news out at night. Usually it's on Netflix, and she tells me about some new show she found. But last night, or this morning, she was telling me, I almost woke you up last night because I switched over to the news to see if he was dead yet, and he wasn't. And but they were giving outserts of his speech last night, and boy, howdy shit, Marcia was like, he's gone slap ass crazy again. And, well, shit, I had to go look. So, yeah, he went slap ass nuts last night. But he hit on all his big hits. Greatest president.
Yes, because
ever.
John, these are dog whistles, and he had his pack of dogs right there in front of him.
Oh, he did.
That's what they want to hear.
But they had to travel a long way to see him.
You know what, John? You know what I've been hearing on some of the mainstream media and other places too.
What?
There's a lot of Republicans out there saying, "Hey, you know what? We need to take back our democracy."
And therein lies.
And they're tired of his ass.
They need to speak up, babe.
And they are speaking up.
Okay. Let me see if I got it. I'll have to go look. Came back with Mage Prime Stem Realm came back with another $2 just to tell me on the Blue Dot in Texas page, let him grift the wrong person. Oh, well. I wonder what I'll have to switch. How do I do that? Oh, Lord. Sometimes I have to ask Travis. Oh, that's me. How do I get there? I'll check that in just a minute now because I'd be sitting over there on that iPad. We're trying to remember how I switch profiles from me to a Blue Dot in Texas.
Well, while you do that, I do want to say thank you to all the Blue Dots out there that reached out to me in this last week and was concerned about my health. And I tell you, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And Colorado, you didn't win.
You didn't
thank
win.
Thank you to all those Blue Dots.
I can't do it. Mage Prime, I'll look at it. I promise I'm going to look at it and comment on it Tuesday. And I want to answer somebody else in the chat who said, hey, John, how was your snacks? Outstanding, Donna, outstanding. And not only that,
Did you bring enough for the whole group, John?
I mean, she said enough for the whole group, but I'm a pig.
Okay.
I'm a pig.
Okay.
I ate it all.
Yeah, I know you are.
I'm trying anyway. She sent some granola, and it's grain-free granola, which means it's loaded up with a lot of other stuff, coconut and raisins and all sorts of, man, that stuff is addicting. But yes, she sent me a whole pile of goodies for me, goodies for the dogs, goodies for the cat, and the cat, she sent some extreme catnip, and boy howdy shit. Oh boy howdy shit. A little bit in soup. And Vicky loves it. She goes around tossing that thing up in the air and just let it land on it, rubs on it and shit, just like the cat. Go figure. So the dog's having fun with it too. But yes, Donna, thank you so much for that, baby. I got so carried away this morning with I got a letter from Carolyn Majesco, and well, I haven't got the letter yet, but I got to read it. because I have X-ray vision and I can see into the future. And it was about a frying pan that she still uses this day to cook meals for her family and whatnot. She sent me some pictures of some gorgeous, outstanding, beautiful veranda and deck outside, a little special place there to have a beer and whatever else they might enjoy. And it was just gorgeous. But the letter she wrote actually took me down my little back path of how it was when we were young and how things have changed since. How far we have come from that time. But I just want Caroline to know I enjoyed that letter tremendously, as a matter of fact. And I know she's out there listening right now, so I just wanted to let her know.
Right on.
Because it was a fantastic letter. And it brought Marcia to remember that Marcia still has a rolling pin that her mother used to make pies and biscuits and everything else. And it's not one of them kinds with handles on it. It's just it's a round doil. And occasionally...
You know what I got, John?
What you got?
I got my mom's cookbook.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's I think that's what that Caroline was talking about. That her mother's recipes have been handed down to not only her but her sisters.
Yep.
There's 5 of them. My wife has 4 sisters, so I know exactly.
I have it in a plastic bag because it's falling apart. That's how well used it was.
Marcia still uses hers every time she rolls something out, a pie or something like that. She'll get that. She's got a brand new rolling pin right there. She won't use it. Sets her as a decoration. She gets out that door, gets after it like her mother did. And then she just wrote, "It is all about the food," and it is for a lot of us.
It is all about the food. I agree with you on that
that's one. You're handed down the things that you eat when you were a kid, or the things that you cook for your family when we get older. Anyway,
traditions.
So much for memory lane and all that shit. Let's see. Guess who else wants this? Anybody else want to jump in there? Raise your hand. I see one. Got to watch this guy when he comes in, though, because you know him.
Well, I tell you, it was really good to see my sisters, and I would die to go see them again. I would do it in a heartbeat.
And that's the attraction of family, baby. I'm just so glad you made the trip. And all went well, too. Except for that hospital shit.
Yeah, you know what? I had some of the best health care that I've ever received in Colorado.
You mentioned
those people were amazing. Amazing. Okay?
Isn't that nice to know? And you were from out of state. They don't know you.
Yes. And they treated me like royalty.
That's good.
They did. Yep.
That is outstanding. Jorge, how are you? Not that we really give a shit, Jorge, but we're trying to be cordial here, so how are you?
I know, you're just being polite, aren't you?
Yeah, that's it. No, brother, you know I love you. How are you?
We're hanging pretty good, man.
Good.
Everything's all right.
Good. Nan's well?
She is. She just welcomed her first grandson.
Oh, really?
Into the world.
Congratulations.
Yesterday.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
But she's happy.
There's all these girls in the family. You know, she had a daughter and a son, and then she adopted 4 girls, and her son had 3 girls, and so there's no guys, you know.
Yeah, my wife is from a family.
Congratulations to her.
And so this is the first grandson, and all the girls are all crazy now, you know.
Absolutely, it's gonna be spoiled rotten.
Well, Jorge, did you see any?
It's gonna be rotten on the garden.
Isn't that our job to do that? That's right. Spoil them rotten if you can. Shit, they're your grandkids. What else you can do?
Absolutely.
You know. Anyway, Jorge, did you see any of Donnie's replay on his shit? Any thoughts on that?
No, I watched
All right,
Joe's
now this is
speech.
bullshit. Am I the only one out here suffering?
Great speech.
Am I the only one out here having to suffer and listen to that shit? Just so I could report on it and be knowledgeable about what the asshole said? No, nobody else is going to have to watch that shit.
Somebody's got to take one for the team.
Yeah.
But, you know, he didn't say anything new. And you know, the fact that he gets out there for Mastriano and Oz and gives them all of 5 seconds on the stage, and then he takes up 2 hours. What the fuck?
What the fuck? Yeah. It wasn't about Mastrano. It
Well,
wasn't
that
about
is so.
Oz.
Yeah,
No.
I
And-
don't really need to see it. I know what his speech was.
It was about
It's
me.
the same damn
Me,
speech he's been giving
me.
for years.
It's the same old bullshit that but it's all about him. The Republican Party
Same
has no
old
platform.
bullshit.
They're not out there talking about any issues unless it relates to the raid on Mar-a-Lago.
They
That's it.
didn't bother to write one.
And John, that's why I say there's a lot of Republicans that are done with this
Indeed.
bullshit, and they're starting to talk, and they're saying this man is I've said this for years. He's the biggest threat to national security
Yes.
that we have, and we know
I
that
agree
now.
with Biden 100% on that.
And you could pretty much say that anything that we know about national security, our agencies and all the rest of that, y'all need to scrap that shit and start all over again, because we have been compromised by the ex-president of the United States of America.
What are we supposed to think when you find, what was it, 48, they said? 45, 48, something like that? Empty folders. On the outside of the folders marks classified or secret or confidential. Oh,
Yeah.
But they're empty. Okay.
Yeah.
So where are
Can you
those
imagine
documents?
the national security analysts who are going insane right now trying to figure out how compromised we are?
Well, that's why they're
You
having
know
to do
what?
the security check, the damage assessment from this, because we don't know.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Because he has the names.
And for the mere fact that we don't know how much we've been compromised or who we've been compromised to, we need to change everything. We need to change everything that we do.
And I'm sure they are.
This
I'm
You
sure there's a
think
lot of protocols that are
Russia
going to be
couldn't
changed.
get spies into Mar-a-Lago and into a storage
Okay.
room somewhere
they don't.
with a
They don't
camera?
have to.
Come on.
They're invited. He has invited Russia.
Yeah,
He
they don't have to
invited
sneak in. The
Russia
door's
into
open,
White House.
baby.
They can get in.
Get him in the right
Yes.
mood. He'll pull the shit out and brag about it. Hey, look at this. I know this, that, and the other.
He sold a lot of condos in Trump Tower to Russians. Okay?
Sure he did.
Sure he did.
It's nothing more than overdue
Laundering
library books.
Monday.
Overdue library books. That's all.
Well, I say,
Ah.
John, why are we just looking at Mar-a-Lago? Why aren't we looking at Bedminster, where he had Saudi Arabia have a whole golf tournament there?
No
The
shit.
same people that paid his son-in-law.
No shit.
Okay? Why aren't we looking at Trump Tower? Why aren't we looking at the hotel he's trying to sell in D.C.? We have been compromised for years.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to be paying for it for years.
Yep.
But the threat isn't over.
I didn't buy the whole deal when he come down the gold escalator.
Oh, shit.
I
Nobody
didn't buy
on this
that,
side
you know?
did. And those that did have
And
mended their
none
ways,
of this
I hope.
bullshit afterwards. I ain't bought any of this stuff.
But one thing I do have to say that I was extremely happy to hear while I was recuperating was that Sarah Palin didn't take her happy ass to Congress. Yay!
We did have fun with that.
Sarah.
We had fun with
I
that.
was
There was something
so
else, too.
stoked about
Uh,
that.
oh, there's just so much been happening. I'll tell you what.
You betcha.
You betcha. And she's another example of what the Republicans have done by going in the path they did. Look at the Democratic gains that we've had since Roe v. Wade was overturned. Since the Dobbs decision, we have picked up, and it keeps swinging. And you throw on top of that the work that Joe Biden has been doing with different initiatives that we have gotten done, the job rate, the gas prices all coming down, all that's moving in the right direction. His numbers are going up. Thank you, Republican Party, for being dicks, because that's what you put up there. You made a point of trying to take things away from this country, away from the citizens, the rights. And
Build better.
Yeah, build better. I got something he could build. I don't know. I keep reminding myself that what we see supporting him is a small percentage of our population. He has not got half of this country. So when they say, "Oh, you called half the country fascist," no. But if you
No.
follow Donnie,
like
yeah.
maybe 32% or
If
something.
you are still hanging on to this disgusting traitor of a man, then yes, I do not consider you a patriot. I consider you fascist, because why else? You got money in it, or you're just so racist or bigoted or whatever.
I was glad to hear Biden call him out
Yes.
by name and his mega minions.
Yes.
I was
Yeah.
glad to
He's
High
taking it
time.
on the chin for that, but I'm glad he said it, and I think a lot of Democrats are
Yes.
glad he said it.
A lot of
and the way he
Republicans
said it.
are glad he said it.
Yeah. And that's what I hope more Democrats around the country pick up on that note. Don't stand and, we still can talk about our platform and things that we want to do. But hey, you can throw a line in your speech there easily about what the other side is doing. And it's anything but American, baby. Anything. DJ, are you with us?
Yes, sir, I am.
How are you doing?
Okay. There were a couple of things that came to mind while you're talking. And number one is, did you see John Harwood's last report from the White House before CNN fired him?
No, I did not.
He roasted Trump over the coals. Trump has to be totally
What's up with CNN?
third-degree burns
Really?
from the way he speared him on everything. He called him everything under the sun.
Okay.
Oh,
Good.
it was fantastic. It was kind of like a Biden speech, only I think it was a little bit harsher.
Good. I hope
So-
it comes around, but
Oh,
I don't know what's
if you can
going on
find on
with
the internet.
CNN. Who was it? Breonna Taylor? I think they got her eyes. They're going to get rid of her. Anybody speaking
They're
out
getting rid of
against
everybody.
Trump, CNN like wanting to bury him or some shit. I don't know,
Oh,
man.
it-
I'm skipping over him a
It's
lot.
terrible.
You know,
But
it's,
John Harwood, he's number one in my book after I listened to that excerpt.
I have
Yeah.
a new book. It's
I
on my
quit
phone.
watching CNN a long time ago.
Yeah. I still look.
Before they got rid of Como.
Yeah. I got a new book. I downloaded it. Is oh shit! It's on my phone.
Right on, John.
Yeah, I got done with Peril. I'm finding out that this audiobook thing is
It's cool, huh?
it's cool. I can
It is cool.
I can do it in the car when I'm going into town.
Mm-hmm.
I can just put it on the radio or listen in the morning while I have my coffee, and yeah, so I'm enjoying that.
Or while you're working on your lawnmower.
Or working on my lawnmower.
Yeah.
Shit, it's gonna be a while before I get to
it.
use it. It's raining like
Well,
hell down
can-
here. Thank goodness.
Can I tell you something that
But-
some of the Blue Dots did last night? We were on the Discord,
Yeah.
and there was a bunch of Blue Dot grandmas in there, and we were all talking, and we decided to start a Blue Dot grandma book club on Saturday evenings, and we'll come in and read excerpts and discuss it, and so now we're gonna try to get together on Saturday evenings for an hour, 2 hours, whatever,
Good.
and have a little book readings and things like that. It's really cool.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
I ought to invite
The
some of
first-
my neighbors over, see if they want to. Nah, it wouldn't work.
Is it the First Wives Grandma's Blue Dot Book Club?
It's the Blue Dot Grandma's Book Club.
Outstanding. This family just
But,
keeps on.
You know,
You go,
if
girls.
Amazing
you
me.
consider yourself a grandma, you're welcome. Come
You're
on.
welcome to come.
I'm a grandpa.
If you consider
I'm not.
yourself a grandma,
I'm almost
you're
70
welcome to come
freaking
on
years
in.
old. I got no grandkids. Are you shitting me? I'm going there and
John,
eat them kids in a minute.
John,
Huh.
you can adopt mine. He's very
John.
adoptable. He blends well.
It's all right. My kids get treated like grandkids anyway. They're all in town right now. They all went to go watch a movie. They met up with several of their friends, and they're all in town going to the theater and having dinner and all that stuff. Having a grand old time. Left me and Mom out here by ourselves, just facing the flood. Well,
They're
it ain't
gonna
a
do
flood,
that.
but it is raining, and the driveway's a little wet, so it could be a flood.
It's been raining since Friday here.
It has been raining for a few days.
Joel Osteen's going to bar the doors, John.
Yeah. If water gets up, you bet your ass he will. You know how much money? He got a shitload of money from PPP.
Sure
What
did.
the hell? Up in the millions.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep. A lot of people did.
You're right, Gene Shanky. My fur babies are my grandkids. They are indeed.
Yep.
of shit.
A lot of people did get a lot of money from that, and a lot of it's not traceable, and they did
And a lot of
that shit on purpose.
the whole list of Republicans that got money and got it forgiven. Really? You don't got enough money to pay it back? Every one of you is a millionaire. You're doing a whole lot better than everybody else out here.
Millions of dollars disappeared.
Talking about millions of dollars, there was an article about Florida and how $70 million of money that was meant to go for low-income families, but I hate to use the word welfare, but it was family assistance, okay? But they said the state of Florida is so strict that they reject 90% of the people who apply for assistance. Well,
Wow,
guess where
isn't that
the money?
something?
Yeah, tell me about it. That's like Missouri. They're just as bad. But they started talking about the people where the money went, and guess who was one of them? He got $300,000 from the slush fund. They put all the money in the
telling
slush
you,
fund.
if there was a serious discussion in this country about where the money went,
or Rubio,
and we could start with your
like
tax
that.
dollars.
Brett Favre.
You know, it is. It's sad and ridiculous, and I've said it for, I don't know, over 30 years. We waste more money in this country. So much money that we could use to lift people up, to provide for a better society, to provide better services. It's ridiculous.
Or how about, I don't know, buy something like water pumps for antiquated water systems all across America.
Yeah.
This shit that's going on down in Mississippi.
It can be compared to Flint.
Same thing can be.
Yeah.
And New Jersey and a whole lot of other places. We have 100-year-old water systems that are not covered by tax dollars.
Well, the problem in Mississippi has a lot to do with what's in the problem was in Flint. Population down in is 80% black.
It's always like that. It always happens in the low income
but the
areas.
city council's white. Yes, we have a ladder of where we're going to spend our money. A hierarchy of what neighborhoods are going to get the best repairs or the fastest repairs. What parts of town are we concerned about, and what parts of town can we just set aside for a few minutes? And that goes on across this country in every city. Yeah.
I have driven around Flint and in Flint several times in the last few years.
Right.
And it looks like Berlin did after World War II when they lost.
That's sad.
That's what it looks like.
That's what our city, the towns and the cities around our country, their infrastructure is failing. Hell, the dam that holds back the water on my river has got a bulge in it. It has for 20 years.
General Honore was on MSNBC last night, and he's the one that took over in Louisiana during Hurricane Katrina and all the rest of that. And he said the water systems in this country are, they're paid for by water bills. Okay.
Maria Betancourt said if Jackson was 82% white, with the water plants would be working. They'd be renewed. They'd be brand new.
But they're not paid for by tax dollars.
No,
John.
They're allocated by the state.
No, they're allocated by the water systems, water bills, and what they charge people. And they've been charging people so low for so long that these 100-year-old antiquated systems are bound to fail. And those that they are going to fail the most are those in low-income neighborhoods because they want to keep the water bills low. So, who gives a shit whether you have water or not? Because
if the water bill is real low, but you can't drink the water, well, there's a problem.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we use water in the local township here, and just for water and nothing else, my bill is always $80 a month. And if I water my lawn, it's $150 a month.
Yeah.
It's not low here.
I have a great big old lake just north of me, Lake Corpus Christi. Look on it, it's a pretty good sized lake. That ain't enough, baby. We got a pipeline running up to Lake Texarkana, which is about some odd miles north of me, and we got a pipeline running from their lake down here. The water consumption in this country, the sources are starting to dry up, and that very obvious out in the west. Where drought remains a serious freaking problem. And what they're
Is it Lake Havasu? John, is it Lake Havasu, that the one where they keep showing how low it gets every few months on YouTube?
No, that's Lake Mead.
That's Lake Mead. That's where Boulder Dam is.
Off on the Hoover Dam.
They
Yeah.
basically have pretty
And
much
it is
almost
getting
close
so
by
low
Lake Bob.
that they may not be able to generate power because
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
water level is so low.
And they also are finding bodies out in the middle of the
find
building.
them left and right. But see, that's the kind of things that we're going to have to address, and where we're going to get the money for that if we don't allocate our funds better. And I'm a veteran. I'm retired from civil service.
Yeah.
Cutting the defense budget by a bunch would help, but we're
Well,
not going to do that.
We'd find a lot of money there, huh?
Yeah, you could find a whole lot of money there, and I'm all for national defense, and it takes a lot of money, but we waste a whole lot of money out there, and that's one of the places we do. But that's not it, all of it. It is the general. How do you put it? I don't know. It's I got mine and fuck you attitude out there.
Yeah.
John,
Yeah.
Scott Air Force Base over in Illinois has a bowling alley, a theater, 2 swimming pools, 2 golf courses, and a country club that's like an officers club, I guess they call it.
Yeah.
It's brand new and just remodeled.
Well, there
And
you
even
go.
got a hotel on there.
There you go.
That if
Join the
you're
military.
previous
and
military,
go to a nice place
you
to
can go
play
stay at
golf.
their hotel.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't take much to look at a society and see where the priorities are. And ours is not on the people, not on the society that we live in. It's a place for corporations. Yes, it's a place for business to do business at. That's it. You're a consumer. They want your money, and they're going to get your money. Because what else are you going to do? You want to live somewhere? Got to have a house. You want to eat. You want lights on. You want to drive around. Oh, you got insurance for that, so you got to have insurance. The list just goes on, and it's very difficult, and it's burdening a society to the point of breaking sometimes.
Well, Mississippi is the #1 user of federal funds for assistance. It's the #1 state.
And yet they vote so much against their own
interest. And Kentucky
interest.
ain't too far from that.
Well, if they secede from the Union and they have a group of states down there, I don't know what they're going to do for their infrastructure, their welfare assistance, and all the other stuff that we're funding for them, and they're not going to have it anymore.
Yeah.
Oops.
Exactly.
But sometimes they don't think that far out.
Well, no, they don't think that far out. They could give 2 shits.
No, they don't.
They're worried about what they made on the stock market today, baby, and that's about it. There are organizations and there's people out there that do see the bigger picture, and they're doing their best. Occasionally you see stories on the news about some great corporation that did a great thing for the environment or something that you want to think that there's people out there that are. What the fuck am I talking about? Are you shitting me? No, profits over anything, baby. We're going to burn this planet to the ground. That's what's sad. You want to believe. You want.
Yeah, what was so weird is the number of companies that is owned by, what is it, Berkshire or whatever the holding company is.
Right.
I looked at a chart of all the companies that they own. I was up in Omaha teaching up at teaching, I can't remember what company it was for. I was teaching them how to write computer programs. Anyway, I was up there for a couple of days, and I saw an org chart of that place, and I mean, he owns Pepsi Cola, he owns McDonald's, he owns every cereal you eat. The only thing he doesn't own is all the toilet paper concessions. That's the Koch brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's about all he doesn't
Some
own.
business put it in you. Some business are concerned with what comes out of you, I guess.
Absolutely. But it just blew my mind how many companies there are under that masthead.
Well, look at that guy up there in Chicago, that 90-year-old billionaire that just gave
1.6
billion
to the
Can
Republicans.
his family
of dark money
challenge
into
it?
the Republican. Huh?
Can his family challenge it? Take him to court and challenge it?
It's his money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, hey, they could say he was nuts when he died, and he shouldn't have given all that money to the Republicans. Well, actually, the fact that he gave money to the Republicans, that right
money's
there
gonna
is the
be
number
spread
one thing
around,
that proves
baby.
he's
We're going to see
crazy.
it in the 24, election cycle.
Yeah. No, he's crazy. That's proof. He gave money to the Republicans.
That money is gone, honey.
Evidently, they're not
Oh, yeah.
too worried about what is that guy up there, J.D. Vance up in Ohio. He's Mitch McConnell, I think, and his super PAC going to have to jump in there, he said, and help him, because they had a rich donor that was giving money to him, but he
backed out.
Yeah, he said no.
He backed out.
Yeah, because he's just like the rest of the Trump the election denying, Trump ass licking Republicans.
He basically told them that he doesn't see putting any more money out there is going to do any good. If they want to put money out for TV commercials between now and the election, they're going to have to get it themselves from another source. That's what he told them.
Ohio is one of those states. We have a good chance of picking up, they say, 5 or 6 Senate seats.
Good.
I'd be happy with 3.
I hope
if we go over 3, I'm just dancing in the street, baby. It's man.
What can we do though if they take over the House? Are we going to be able to get any legislation done?
If they take the House, they're not going to. I don't think they're going to have that big of a margin. They could still take the House, but every time I turn around and look at the news, the polls keep having the Democrats gaining in popularity across the nation.
Hope so.
And I do. I think the.
I think a lot of Republicans and a lot of independents are coming to the conclusion that if we want to get serious about saving democracy, because of this fiasco with the greatest threat to democracy lives in Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah.
I think they are coming to the conclusion that they had better vote Democrat this time around to save democracy.
Save the country.
Or else they're stuck with his ass.
If they were to elect his ass again, holy shit.
They don't want that.
Well, I'm moving to Windsor, Ontario if they do.
They say if he got elected, it would be the revenge tour. And I believe that with everybody. It would be absolutely
Listen
that.
to him, John.
Yes.
Listen to him. He's already on the revenge tour. He's been on it since fucking November of 2020.
He is not only that, but he's out there just the other day in his speech talking about, or on the radio talking about how he is supporting financially, and I don't believe this shit, financially supporting some of the J6 defendants, and how if he gets president again, he's going to very seriously consider pardoning all of them.
Pardoning all of them.
All of them. Just that in itself, what would tell you, if you support that shit, if you see the videos that we see daily whenever they're talking about that, and you tell me, like that cop from New York that is got him on video beating another cop with a big old pole, really? That guy, you want to pardon him?
It's all smoke and mirrors, John. It's
all rubber and glue
whistles.
shit.
It's all fucking dog whistles. Everything that comes out of his mouth is a fucking dog whistle.
Is a whistle to his
to
maggots.
Promote hate and division, and he ain't gonna do shit because I'm hoping his ass is gonna be in fucking jail.
The chatter all over on the right-wing media nut job society, according to the deep state that Marcia deals into, they think Obama is in the. That's what he was saying. Obama's in the background. He's writing all the speeches. He's telling Biden what to do. And it's classic Trump going, look, there's a black guy in the office again.
They're still scared of the black man, huh?
Yes. He's still he's
even
appealing to the
Trump
racists.
Elected,
he's trying to remind them.
They're scared of the black man.
Because they want.
He's bullshit, John.
It is.
There was
And you know what? Personally, I'm not getting upset about the shit that he says anymore, because I'm hoping his ass go to fucking
I
jail.
want his ass to go to prison, but don't get your hopes up too soon. I don't think anything's going to happen between
Look,
now and November
the
unless he
Palin vote
pushes
gave
it.
me hope. The Kansas
There
vote
was a
gave me
post.
hope.
It did. It
There
did
was
me too.
There was a post on Twitter today that compared 10 things right now that are occurring to 10 things that occurred in the 1930s before Hitler came to power.
Right.
And they were like almost tit for tat, exactly the same. And you know what Twitter did?
What?
They put a warning on it, sensitive material.
Sensitive material. Really?
Twitter did that. I mean, I'm beginning to hate Twitter.
Oh, really?
You just starting.
Yeah, you just
just
getting
started.
there. You just getting there.
Just
Dude,
getting there, but I've only been on Twitter about 6 weeks.
I try. I'm on Twitter, and my videos go up. I don't get near as activity because you have to be tweeting. You have to be, retweeting or tweeting something all the time to get any real activity there.
I
But
saw
I
you
just post my videos.
You and Aunt Krabby were together on supporting one tweet I saw today.
Really?
I tried to respond, and they told me, nope, you can't do it. You got 2 more days.
You're still in jail, huh?
I'm still in jail for 2 more days.
Shit. I get a lot on TikTok. I'm more popular on TikTok than I am anywhere else, really. I have more followers on TikTok than YouTube or Facebook or Twitter, and I get more comments and activity out of that. As a matter of fact, people keep telling me to go live on TikTok, and I can't
TikTok
go live
is
on
the younger
TikTok.
crowd.
I think the way Travis was explaining it to me is I have to go on TikTok live so many times for so long before I'm able to be invited into the creator next thing or whatever to where I can broadcast on Twitter at the same time I'm on Facebook and YouTube. Like right now, we could be on TikTok too live.
You have to focus on TikTok.
Yes, you have to focus on them first before they'll say, oh, okay, well, let's just share. But yeah, and I haven't done that many lives on TikTok. I just try to keep them to about 3 to 4 minutes because that's about what you want to do on TikTok. But in 3 or 4 minutes, I usually get everything out.
You got to stroke their app, man.
Pretty much, but you played a game, I guess. I don't know. I'm having fun on TikTok
It
because
is a game, John, and you gotta follow the formula that works in order to make any progress.
I just figure if I'm hitting people with a message, then good.
Yeah.
Good. Let's keep it going. Keep them motivated. They all think they all want me to be their grandpa. I want you to be my grandpa, so I got a pretty.
Absolutely, and see, you got a bunch of grandkids.
Yeah, I got a bunch of them now. Let me send out a big thank you to Mark Perkins, who came in with a $5 donation. He said, "Water is the most important element of life. Quit destroying good regulations and restore the EPA." You know something, Mark, and I've said it before, that was one of the big dangers of the Trump administration is the fact that he pulled Scott Pruitt out of Oklahoma and put him in charge of the EPA. And he went to work immediately getting regulations out of the way of the oil and gas. He might as well have gone in there with a chainsaw. And so many, hundreds of them, just taking off the books.
He had a soundproof booth in his office.
Yes, a soundproof booth. Yes, like you see in Get Smart or something. Maybe the cone of silence or something. It's man, it's pitiful. It's pitiful. But that is going to be the danger that's going to come back and haunt us, and it's going to take us years to realize the damage. The damage assessment for that it's over a span of years that you're going to see the result of some of the regulations that were pulled back in favor of the oil and gas industry.
Well, they've got a propaganda ad out, and it has 2 pictures in it. One shows a lithium mine where they mine lithium for the electric car batteries, and it's nothing but bare dirt and nasty looking and terrible.
Man.
And then they've got one that shows this, I guess, a fracking place, and it's all green and nice and everything. But of course, they're polluting water, but they won't tell you that.
Yeah, let me tell you something.
I passed a couple of large mining operations, one in Colorado, one in Nevada. And let me tell you something. When man touches the mountain, it's fucking unreal.
Yeah,
It's
ask
scarred
Robin
forever.
Kincaid. They blow the tops off of them out
Yes.
in West Virginia.
And I saw exactly what
Let me
Robin
tell you
was
something
talking
about fracking. Every time you hear about one well being fracked, and mind you, there are thousands. You go Google how much water, and we're talking fresh water, it takes to frack one well. It's millions of gallons, millions of gallons.
Everybody should
And you're
watch
fracking
Gasland 1 and
the
Gasland
structure
2.
under the ground, trying to get the oil and gas out, which again fractures through water layers, water zones, and contaminates what water you have down there to begin with.
The groundwater that's there that people use for drinking
you can light the water on fire.
Yes.
Animals
And that is happening all across this country, from Pennsylvania.
And when your water lights on fire, that's not normal.
And that has been documented. You've seen some of those documentaries where the faucet comes on and they hold a flame over there, and boom, there you go. You got a fire coming out of the water that you're drinking. Yeah. That's not good.
The thing that they're doing that they have to do now in those some of those small towns over in West Virginia, Pennsylvania, those areas, they have to bring in water. They can't even drink water from their faucet. They have to bring it in.
I can't drink no water.
Can't drink it?
No, we don't drink our water. It's well water, but no, it's got too much calcium in it. It's I should have a water filtration system on my but I would go through filters like it's bad. So washing, drying, taking showers, brush your teeth's okay, but we don't cook with it, we don't drink it. I don't make my tea with it or anything.
My well's full of iron. All my glasses turn orange.
Really?
Ours get but I've got a filter. I just haven't put it on. I've got one of those like ionic filters where it's good. Where it's good for
there's spots all over.
A year.
Shut up, Madge.
It's good for at least a year, and it only costs like $7 a piece. And what it does is, it takes all this stuff out of the water and attracts it magnetically at the particle level, sticks to that filter. Then it runs the back cycle and washes it off that filter and down the drain. So the next time you use your water, that filter's clean. Wow. That's the one that I
bought.
Well, Lord have mercy, this house could use a whole lot of upgrades. I'm having a hard enough time just keeping it in one piece. I'll deal with the
I have an
water
artesian spring
on
my property.
Oh, man.
And, it's just, knock on wood, it's run the whole entire time that I have lived here. It's down there running right now. I will never be able to stop the amount of water that comes out of there. I just have to share it with my neighbors.
That is
well, why don't you bottle and sell it?
Because my pet peeve on this planet is water bottles.
Oh yeah, I guess the plastic bottle is a pain.
That's
well, I live 20 miles. When I'm in Michigan, I live 20 miles from Everett. And it's spelled Evart, and that's where Ice Mountain water is bottled. That's a real live spring that the town owns, and they let Ice Mountain, which is Nestle, come in and bottle water from their spring.
There you go.
Nestle.
Gary Spring reminds us that we're all drinking water, and we all know what fish do in the water. So.
Fish ain't the only ones.
Thanks, Gary, for putting that thought in there. This water tastes funny.
Yeah, well, in Missouri,
what we do to water is so much worse than what fish do to water, okay?
Yeah, it is. You're right there. What we do is a whole lot worse, and that's the problem. And it's becoming a continuing problem. It's not going to be long before you're going to see a whole lot more desalination plants across this country, probably, because the water supplies are drying up. And a lot of that, like in places in Colorado and stuff, a lot of that has to do with fracking, in my book.
You've been on islands, John, because you were in the Navy, right?
Oh yeah.
When you're on an island,
I love islands.
They will not let you do certain things because they have a desalination plant and they don't want you wasting water.
Yeah, no. I've been to a lot of places where water is much more wisely used than here.
Valuable.
can't get a comparison of other countries. I can't get out of my head. Today I watched the Freak Sicaria show, and he had his whole show was about guns across America and guns around the world, and how different countries, I think it's
treat guns.
Yeah. Boy, we don't look good at all. And
Don't we? Yeah.
Yeah, we're not doing good at all in this gun shit at all.
Don't we suck?
We're top of the list.
The guns are spreading like cockroaches throughout this country. I mean, that's just, we've gone so far. I don't think we're ever going to get rid of all of them because they've taken a life of their own, a population of their own. Amen. There's just guns everywhere.
I've got.
And here, this was on the news this morning. 438 mass shootings in the United States since the beginning of 2022.
Yeah, we're not doing too good on this shit. No, there's mass shootings every day in this damn country.
Every day.
Yeehaw, baby.
Yeah, exactly. Saddle up, baby. Here it comes. I've got two screens in front of me right now. In front of me here is MSNBC, and the headline over here: Trump has no classified documents defense, so he's bringing back his favorite deflection, which is, that's just a witch hunt or whatever, and all the different stories over there. Over here on the other side.
Well, no, his favorite deflection is Bill Barr, but he's not there.
Yeah.
Bill Barr didn't do him any favors this weekend on Fox.
No, he didn't.
No,
Barr's done bailed on this shit.
I kept thinking to myself, really? Now you speak up, asshole? You were Attorney General. You could have done this while you were in there. But no,
like
you're going to wait till your ass gets out.
He overlooked Iran-Contra, and then he overlooked all this crap during
the whole
Trump,
Mueller investigation.
And now
he downplayed the whole damn thing. Came out there saying there's
it
nothing
goes
to see
all the way
here.
back to Iran-Contra.
Yeah, he's been around for a long time. But now he's on Fox News talking about how Donnies shouldn't have had any of these. But anyway, getting back to the gun issue for a minute. The gun issue there for a minute. Over here is MSNBC. I got a bunch of political thing on CNN's website over here. These are the top stories in the headlines here. I'm just going to read them real quick. See if you see there's a thread here anywhere. She moves to the U.S. with big dreams and met a boyfriend on Craigslist. Then she vanished.
Yeah, I saw that story.
Suspect charged in abduction of missing Memphis teacher who has not been located, police say. Missing jogger's family. Someone knows what happened. Veteran reporter in Las Vegas found dead outside his home with stab wounds, newspaper says. A mass shooting in Virginia kills 2 people and wounds 5 more. Some of these were shot were Norfolk State University students. Shooting in downtown Charleston leaves 5 people injured. That's just the fucking headlines.
Mm-hmm.
But we are so blind to the gun issue. Oh man, it just I keep thinking because of the show I watched this morning, it was comparison how we treat guns in this country and how other countries have treat guns. They compared our death rate to everybody else's death rate. We are off the freaking charts in gun deaths in this country, gun suicides. They showed the story of how Australia, when they had a mass shooting, how they responded, how they got guns off the street, how they made it harder for people to own guns and be more responsible with the ones they do own, that their death rate, suicide rate dropped in country after country. They keep showing these examples. And then they got to my home country of Switzerland, where my family originated from, that we trace my family all the way back. It is one of the most heavily armed countries in the world with the lowest gun deaths of all. They have lots of guns. They celebrate them. They have big old shooting matches and have contests and everything. It's a big issue from the child all the way up to an adult, but they ain't got nobody running around shooting anybody. It's because of the way they respect the weapon over here. We don't respect the fucking weapon at all. We market it as something that every 18-year-old boy should have. You want to be Rambo? Go out and get you an AR-15 and go out and get you a flak jacket, by the way. You look real badass when you go around shooting people. We market the shit here. And on his show, they was talking about violent games. Well, hell, Japan got the lowest gun rate, death, and they're the most ones that use that anyway. Yes, Bernadette, thank you.
Uvalde school, the elementary school,
Yeah.
Rob, is going to open next Tuesday. They are a mile down the street from where they were. One of the children, these people are not prepared to go back to school, but one of the children was asked how did he feel about it, and the cops, being there when school starts, and he said, you know what? Why should the cops be there? They didn't do anything.
Oh, he's right.
That's the big issue.
Absolutely right.
Uvalde, just brought to light the fallacy of the good guy with the gun. These were all officers of the law. There's over 300
Yeah,
of them on
19
site.
good guys with the guns.
Over 300 law enforcement on site.
Yeah, over 300. Yeah, you're right. Over 300 good guys
And nobody
with
did
guns.
shit.
And
With their
21
hands
people
in their
lost their lives.
They're just standing there with their hands in their pockets doing
But the
absolutely
problem,
nothing.
But they had their
the problem
guns,
is
but
mental
they had the
illness
good
in this
guys.
country.
And they had their guns.
Yeah. The problem we have in this country is we don't have a problem selling the guy with mental illness a gun. He's not mentally ill until after he pulls the trigger at a mass shooting. Then, oh, look at there, that guy should have had a gun. But until then, until that moment, oh, shit, no. Every Republican out here would argue the point he has every right in the world to own a gun. Hell, he could own a lot of guns. But
And every last single
talking about
Republican this term has profited and promoted gun sales to mentally ill people this whole year. After Uvalde.
Yeah.
Afterwards. These people have no platform.
No. And speaking of platforms, speaking of things that are looking towards the future, just give me one more second, and maybe it's going to ding because I just saw it come through in the chat, and it's appropriate to talk about. Because it came in from Camp Run Amok. Come on. Camp Run Amok came in with a $5 donation. I'm waiting on it to come in now because it didn't ding. Where's my ding? Came in and there it is. You're late. Get after it. Came in and said, why aren't they talking about the 315,000 jobs we added in August? They don't want to talk about that. Thank you, Camp Run Amok. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Because Biden has done some great things.
He's done some damn good things.
His unemployment numbers are fantastic.
He's up
compared to the last idiot who was in office.
43% approval rating now, which is not where we'd like him to be, but that's a whole. He was at 31%. So he's been moving steadily up the ladder here, baby, and it's got to be because of that. Because of the things he's getting done.
This is an odd situation because usually when inflation is this high, jobs drop. This is an odd situation.
Yeah.
They can't explain it.
But right now,
because people want to go back to work. People need to go back to work. We got school starting. There's a lot of things that are going on in the country right now.
Wages have gone up for those.
We got a new vaccine coming out to specifically target the virus.
Yeah. Also, it may be a post-pandemic effect of people were off so long they don't want to be off now. I don't know.
We're just making some progress. Under Biden, he's made more progress in the first 2 years since Eisenhower. Yeah. And then look what Johnson, since Johnson. No, I was thinking of something else. Since Johnson passed the civil rights legislation, which was a holdover from the Kennedy administration.
Well, there was a guy on Twitter who said that he drove past a construction site, which the money is coming from this new program that's, what we passed and got out there. And here's this guy like on a bulldozer working on that other side of the road, but he's flying a Trump flag on his bulldozer.
But you don't have to go far around here to see a Trump flag. Did Trump pass infrastructure because he talked about it damn near every week
he
of
did
his
not.
administration? No, he did not.
Did he get health care? Said he had a health care plan, was going to sign it in 2 weeks. Did you ever get that?
Did he pass that?
No,
he did not.
He didn't have anything.
What did he do?
He literally wasted.
He gave a massive tax cut to the billionaires.
Remember?
Yeah. Well, I'm not so sure I would credit him for the vaccine.
That's what
vaccine goes to these geneticists and other scientists who got their heads together and built it. Trump had nothing to do with it. You know, Trump wouldn't know Gene from his asshole. You know,
Trump
he had no idea what the science is behind it.
You know, he's saying that the reason he had those documents was for his library. He's never discussed a Trump library. Never.
John, how many reasons has he had?
Oh, he's pulling out. He's like a daily shit turd. He pulls them out of his butt every day.
Okay.
Different things, everything from they were planted to their.
You know what? Let him keep talking.
Yeah.
The Trump library is the FBI evidence room.
You know something, Bernadette? You're right. Let him keep talking because.
Let him keep talking.
Speeches like last night, as disgusting as they were, and proclaiming all this bad shit, there are Republicans. And they point them out that aren't buying into this shit and see him as a drag on their party. He is, you know, and that's gonna have that big split. Did you see what Liz Cheney? I can't prevent. She put out a tweet. Liz Cheney did, and was asking the Republicans straight on, when are you going to stand up and stop this? Our country is in peril. Our democracy is in peril. There are threatening violence in the streets. When are you going to stand up and stop this? Because if you don't, you're going to have blood on your hands. And she's telling them right. I can't wait for her to come back on TV again. Because when she talks, man, she's saying something. I don't love Liz Cheney for any other thing except she's standing at least for the right reasons. She's got integrity.
She understands what's going on.
Yes. She has not lost her integrity. The rest of the Republican Party, the little mice that we choose trying to climb up Donnie's ass, are the weakest that the Republican Party has to offer. They're playing to their maggot base of election deniers.
That's all they got.
That's all they have. Trump is the greatest president ever. Really? Really? You think so? I feel sad for you. I really do. Your ignorance level is just really out the roof. It's pitiful what they think of him.
She's a Cheney. You know, she's just a nasty little mouse trying to climb up in there and do it too, but she's the best they got.
She's the best they got. And but
at
least she would talk to you about the issues. She's not into this Trump shit, and that's good for her. I support her 100% on that end. You know, I can't wait for her to get out and keep talking. Challenge them, because somebody has to. That's the problem the Republican Party has right now, is they don't have anybody except Liz Cheney standing up and saying anything forcefully. Nobody inside the Republican Party. What the closest Mitch McConnell came was talking about the quality of our candidates. We don't have a good quality of. Yeah, no, because they're assholes. Because they're idiots. They don't believe in the election process itself. You know, somebody on the Republican Party needs to have enough balls to stand up and start having.
The best thing the Republicans have is something we'd never vote for, right?
What?
Liz Cheney.
Oh,
no.
Yeah, no.
That's the best thing they got, and we'd never vote for it.
No, nothing she's behind is probably on mine. But she's willing to have that negotiation. She's not willing to, well, let's just get guns and shoot it out.
She believes in democracy.
Yeah.
She believes in democracy.
Stephanie Dean, you're right.
I still wouldn't vote for her.
No. On our political.
It's that bad, man. That freaking bad.
We used to discuss things in politics. We used to have a legislation that would go into chamber and discuss the things of the day and try to reach a compromise and move forward. We moved past that shit now. We don't play that game.
About shit,
no.
You know.
Now,
they used to be sensible about shit, you know.
Let me thank Stephanie Dean on her sick bed, mind you, because she's not feeling well. Came in with a $2 donation and said, Michael Cohen is enjoying the hell out of this. Thank you very much, Stephanie Dean. And Marcia checks him out on, I don't know if it's Facebook or YouTube. I don't know which one it is, but he has a
Mea culpa.
Yeah, Mea culpa. And he comes out, he gives him hell. He gives Donnie hell every day. So yeah, if you haven't checked out Michael Cohen's little feed there, maybe you ought to. You'll get a good kick out of his ass. And because he had to face he's the one that went to prison.
He had a little time to think about it.
I don't think he's going to be the last one.
I hope not.
I hope not either. You know, we keep
Well, there would be some people in prison now at that fucking orange idiot not pardon them
That's true.
before
That's
they
true.
got sentenced.
Yeah. Michael Flynn, Roger Stone. Yeah. They'd be in prison if it wasn't for it. But there's others
Steve
that didn't get
Bannon?
a pardon. Yeah, Steve Bannon got a pardon. Disgusting turd that he is. But that is the wing that we need to worry about. That Bannon part of the wing of the party. Because Bannon does want a war, a physical war. He's ready for it. He's pumping it up, baby. A disgusting traitor to this country.
Yes, he could.
Is
If he
encouraging.
breaks the country, that's his goal. That is his goal, to break
Yes.
the country.
Yes.
He's soft.
Divide and conquer,
He
baby.
can't fight a war. He's soft.
He
man.
says it on his own damn show. To tear it all down and start all over again. Really. Tear it all down. I wonder what he means in his world, what that means.
That means tear it all down, John.
And what do you
That
get?
means
Which
If
part
If you
that
do that,
means-
what do you have?
talking about?
You
Tell you
have
what that means.
anarchy.
That means what we saw on January 6th. Let's not forget Steve Bannon
Right.
was in the war room.
Yeah. And build it back means build it his way.
Thank you.
Yes.
Throttle it up. Welcome to the family. Yeah.
That means, insurrection. That means
Oh.
civil war. That means hurting people, and he don't give a fuck.
Thank you, BW. I saw you. Remind me to put the credits up. Everybody's been having to remind me to put the credits up.
John,
Sorry, I was
Yes,
blind.
Cassie Hicks Bannon is a Navy veteran, and I remind people of that. There are people that were on in January 6th that were in the Capitol that were veterans. I don't really give a fuck. You turned your back on your oath. That's what you did. And, well, John, they're
Yep.
veterans.
He's a
Yeah, well,
traitor.
we have a lot of
He's a
veterans that have
traitor
turned
then.
their back, going all the way back to Benedict Arnold that served this country. I don't
yeah,
give a shit.
but you know who got in trouble for that? Not Benedict Arnold, but the British spy
British
who
spy
helped
that-
him.
Yeah,
Arnold
we
he
have-
lived to what, 73?
he lived to be old. He died of old
Yeah.
age. Well, he died of old age in that day and time.
And they hung the guy who helped him. He
Last-
was the sort of
Who was the
the
last ones we did
sacrifice
here?
they had to have.
Yeah, well,
Somebody had to pay.
these people are willing to sacrifice anybody.
He got
Look how many
thrown
people-
under the bus.
Look how many people are going to jail for January 6th.
Yeah.
Not
Not enough.
Trump.
Not enough yet.
Oh,
I was tickled to
they're
death to
just
see the
getting
cop that
started.
got 10 years. And they should have,
They're
because he
just
should have
getting
known better.
started.
They should
They
make
got
an
a whole
example.
bunch of people up there to prosecute.
And they're not done
still.
yet. They're not done.
Yeah, there's the woman who's shitting in her pants who's
Who
going to
was
get
it
8
the other
years.
day I seen?
I read
Oh, right after Mar-a-Lago's search warrant thing, Mark Meadows released a whole bunch of messages and
Scared the
Yeah,
crap
emails and
out of him,
stuff.
didn't it?
Turned it over to the National
he-
Archives. Oh, I didn't realize I had this. Here you go. You can have it.
Put
Yeah.
the fear of God in
I
him.
think
That's
it
what
did. I think that's going to ripple through a whole lot of people. It should make Mark Meadows and a whole lot of other people a whole lot nervous,
Yeah, he's next.
because if you don't come forward as a witness, you're just part of the
And he knows
conspiracy,
it.
baby. You know, you're putting yourself right in a position to be in
He's
charge.
next, and he knows it.
I'd rather come in as a witness than be charged. You know,
Absolutely.
if I was faced with that choice, well, do I go to prison for Donnie or should I say something? Well, I'd start talking.
I personally hope I never would be
When
associated
does the
with
next
such
January
growth as
6th
Donnie.
Committee meeting?
Toward the end of this month, they said. I don't
Sometimes
think there's
this
a date.
month.
They haven't set a date yet, though, have they?
No.
No, I don't
looking
think
so.
at- I'm just like I'm like a junkie. Come on, man. Come on. Just-
Hey,
Let's give me,
you need a
give me
fix,
some,
John?
yes, I need a fix, baby. I want to see a little justice walking down the road. Let me send out a thank you to
No, I want
Louis
to see
Russo.
him. I want to see him
I want to see a
deliver it
perp
where
walk,
nobody
but
can
I'm not.
argue about it.
I'm trying to live long enough to see that. A perp walk with his ass. I would love it.
You will.
Louis
what did
Russo
Louis say?
came in with $5 and said, "A cup of coffee for you, John. Thanks for being here." Well, Louis, thank you, brother. Thank you.
Right on.
And thank you for being here. Because I wouldn't be here if y'all weren't here. Well, I would, but I'd be speaking to myself. So I do that a lot anyway. Get out there in the shop.
You'd be out in the shed talking to yourself.
Fucking idiot, God damn it. They should have put his ass and beat something to death. Oh, man. But I have benefited so much from this family, and not the least of which is little occasions like Carolyn gave me this morning with her letter. A walk down memory lane in her life. And sometimes those little joys are all you need. To have friends that can relate to you like that. Anyway, I've been ate up with that letter ever since I read it because it reminded me of my mother, and it reminded Marcia of her mother. And if you read it, it would remind you probably, I hope, of your mother. But it's about the longevity of the struggle for all of us. Anyway, Nina Gonzo just came in with a $20 donation. Thank you very much, Nina. And said, missed much of you tonight. So glad I got to see you all. Well, Nina, we're glad you got in here, baby. Tell us to wait later, and we'll just hold off until you get here. Shit.
Okay.
We didn't know you was going to be late. We would have waited. But
we would have waited.
But we're glad you're here now. We have so many good members of this family. It is just unbelievable. We've got so many in the audience down there, and nobody raising their hand. I'm surprised that where'd he go?
Ozzy's down there.
I see Ozzy down there. Let's poke him. Let's go ahead and poke him. Nobody else raised. Where's my damn mouse?
And love to you, Miss Bernadette. Okay, just to get you on air. Love you, girl.
See?
Thank you.
We all missed you. Ozzy was here just the other day. We don't miss him.
There he is.
We would if you were gone, Ozzy. We would miss you tremendously. How are you doing, brother? Ozzy?
Must be satellite delay.
There you go.
Last we heard from him, he was rushing out the door, and I assume it was probably for an animal rescue or something. He was quite in a hurry when he left the other day. So, Ozzy, we can't hear you, brother. You're not even lighting up. Well, he might be.
He heard that.
Yeah, he heard that, so he might be occupied. I bugged him. He didn't have his hand up. I just reached down there and poked him with a stick. I should have left him alone. He's probably got his hands full. Bless his heart, though. I love what he does. I love what he does. I got much respect for him.
He's a good guy.
He is.
Just in general.
Yeah, let's don't talk good about it. He's right there. It's like shit, you know?
Well, don't brag on him too much. You know, get a big head about it, you know.
Yes, I will be. I ain't got no place else to go. Shit up here. Yes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we caught in at an inopportune time. I'll just move him back down so we don't bother him. You can still hear us. And Stephanie Dean just came in with a $3 donation just to ask me, will we need to talk home tomorrow afternoon? Well, Stephanie, yes, I will. I'll have my phone with me, so if you call, I will be here. I will be here. Hope everything's well. Don't be scaring me with nothing. But call me. Let me know what's going on. And that's the way it is in this Blue Dot family. I was so tickled to talk to Bernadette when she came back, or when I found out that she'd been in the hospital. That scared the shit out of me, and that whole story.
Me too.
But we're so glad you're back, because we did. We missed you terribly. We missed you terribly.
I am too. You know, when you're on something like that, and you know, I'm with my family, we didn't do a whole lot of talking about politics and stuff like that, you know. So I was having my withdrawal symptoms too, you know. So
I'm just glad you had that chance. I'm just so sorry
it
went the way it did.
I am so stoked about that. Yeah, I'd do it again in a heartbeat, dude. Do it again in a heartbeat. It was so worth it. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, some things are worth it. And seeing your sister like that would be.
I'm close with my family. We talk all the time, you know.
Good.
So we're going to do a lot more video conferencing and things like that.
Oh, there you go. Technical shit.
Yeah.
Ozzy, are you in here now? Ozzy.
Nope.
I see no headphones.
There he is.
There he is.
I've got to yell to get through.
Cool.
guys.
Oh, hope everything's going well, Ozzy.
Yeah, it is. Look, back,
Nope, you're breaking up, bub.
Bad internet.
Oh.
Yeah, we got a bad connection, evidently. Well, he's all the way down under. You know,
Right? It's a long way
Other
to
side
come.
of the world.
I was impressed
Yeah.
with the part of the story I was telling you earlier about guns and all that. The way Australia responded to a mass shooting and how they had
Yes.
they had a massive gun buyback, which I keep saying I don't know why we can't do that here. We can do that here. We're not going to get all the
And New
guns.
Zealand, New Zealand just banned them.
Yeah. But after a mass shooting, they had a huge gun. And
After a mass
if we had a huge gun buyback in this country, we wouldn't get all the guns, but we
No.
would make a substantial dent. And if you get guns out of the hands of people, maybe bad things won't happen, either by suicide or by murder or accidental shooting, all sorts of shit. The amount of people who die every
You gotta
time-
start one somewhere, right?
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, you would think so. Well, I guess we're going to wrap it up for this evening. I want to thank everybody for coming by and visiting tonight. Jorge, thank you, brother, for coming by and visiting. We appreciate.
Love you, brother,
love you back.
always.
I guess y'all can hear
And
a little
greetings
bit
from
down there. Man,
Rancho Tire Biter.
sound like crazy. What are you meowing for?
I hear the kitty.
Yes. What are you doing? I don't know.
Hey, Bernadette, did you get
Yes.
a vaccination for the pneumonia?
No, I got pneumonia instead.
Yeah.
Why
It's a
go for the
6-year
vaccine? Just go
Oh,
straight for
well, you're a winner.
You should get the vaccination now that you're over it. It lasts 6 years.
Well, I'm gonna wait until I recuperate a little bit more before I go and do that. So,
Yeah, do that.
Yeah, I
we
had
want you,
pneumonia.
we want you nice and healthy. Take
And
care of yourself.
After I had it, that's when my doctor
I
made me
got
start getting it.
to rebuild my immune system
here.
and my gut biome from all these antibiotics I've been taking. So, time
Yeah.
to go make some more yogurt.
Yeah,
Oh, I
baby, we love you.
I was looking
Love
at
yogurt.
one of those
Thank you.
Ninja Foodies that you told me about.
Yes.
I was looking at
Yes.
it online.
Yes.
Yeah, that thing looks like it would be fun to play with.
I'm having a blast with it.
And I seen right there where it said yogurt. You make your
Yep.
That's Bernadette's making her yogurt.
Gonna be making some more yogurt here soon.
Coffee and yogurt every morning
Ozzy?
replaced
There's
my
Colin
old
Blue.
habit of cigarettes and coffee.
There's Ozzy.
Yep.
Earth's calling the blue dots. Earth's calling blue dots.
Yeah,
Hey,
coming in loud
you
and
made
clear
it.
now. How are you doing,
excellent.
Ozzy?
I'm good. I'm happy that things are moving slowly to the DOP or the DOP, the DOJ. I think my concern is that Garland is between a rock and a hard place. He does want to make it look political by acting now. If he doesn't act now, I feel he's making things worse because he's just empowering this man, and this man believes that he's untouchable.
He is going to
every
be
day
out
he
there
walks
running
around.
his mouth just like he did last night.
Yeah.
He's going to
And I
continue
do not
this
think
assault
there'll
up.
be no political violence. There'll be a handful of bitching going on because everyone's concentrating on DeSantis now, which is another challenge we will have in the future. But the bottom line is that I listened to a program yesterday, and as I was listening to it, I'm sorry I didn't click on it, but a YouTube clip came up from MSNBC, and the same thing came up on Midas, that it slipped my head. One of the red states, the governor made a statement to the media saying that myself and my state secretary or secretary of state will make sure that the GOP win in this state, no matter what we have to do.
Lie, cheat,
That's what they
steal.
want to do.
Whatever it takes.
That's their
Lie,
goal.
cheat, steal, whatever it takes.
So
That's the
this is
danger of
what's
what the Republicans are trying to do across the country in different states.
This is what's being developed in your country, and yet it's just, if the more it's left to build, the worse it's going to be. That's why I say it's a rock and a hard place. I think he has to act now. He has to act now and take Trump off the system because he's fucking it more for you guys every day.
That's the idea here. That's what Joe Biden recognized. That's what he called out. He is a threat to democracy. So we have to deal with him. It's going to make a whole lot of maggots butt hurt, and there ain't no telling what we're going to have to face for it. But if we don't do this, it says more about us than anything that they could do.
Our political show over here called By the Fireside sort of thing. It's a once a week political show. It's run on our government-based TV station, the ABC. They loved Biden's speech. I mean, they should pulled it apart and suggested that it was the best thing America needed to hear at the moment. But it's going to fall on deaf ears while Donald Trump's out there pouring water on it. And this is the problem. And the disappointment was that CNN and a few other stations never carried the speech direct, live.
Right.
There's something going on here. We know CNN's been bought. Well, not bought. New CEO who's an extremist, right-winger. But the really sad part is that they're infiltrating all these areas in the background that we are looking at this shiny thing over here on the right, and all of a sudden the other side they're arranging things, you know.
Right.
Donnie's setting himself up to be free from the law, free from everything.
He's trying.
It's scary. It's scary,
He's
but
trying.
I know Garland can see it, but
Hell, we can all see it. The problem is he's convincing a certain part of our population of his
and as for the
he doesn't have to convince them; they're already in a kleine sinker.
Yeah.
Or adding more fuel to the fire. But the thing is that if you look on eBay, you'll probably find those missing top secrets on eBay.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, they have a bar. I forgot where it was. It was a little quip in the news about a bar somewhere that is Trump themed, and up on the behind the bar, there's a folder up there that says "Secret Confidential," and it's empty, but it's up on the bar. It's like that's they'll just make a joke out of it. Oh well, what the fuck? They're just like overdue library, but he's going to put them in his library. What's he got for his library? Really? Love letters from Kim Jong-un?
You can't print top secrets in your library or in your book.
Yeah.
Do they make libraries in portable toilets?
That's where they could put his. That's where his would belong. And put it out in the field somewhere.
Those folders, don't they have some kind of serial number that indicates what the document was that was inside
every
them?
Document that would run through, that would end up at the White House. Somebody had to sign for that document to take that document from wherever organization it came from.
Folders.
There's you sign out I'm taking this document over to the White House.
So
okay.
they do know what was in them, right?
I'm going to tell you right now, he's got more documents somewhere else. He has more somewhere else.
Yes.
So he has more documents somewhere else.
I don't think they found everything he had.
Nope.
Like you said, maybe you ought to think about searching Bedminster or whatever the fuck. Where Ivana is buried, that place.
Well, he can't go to Scotland. We know he can't go to Scotland because they want his ass over there. I mean, even Eric Trump said...
That's where he had his Saudi Arabian golf tournament there.
Up in Bedminster.
At Bedminster.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's got a debt to pay with them. He's still sucking off the tit of Saudi Arabia. Anyway,
you can guarantee they seen some of those documents. You can guarantee it. I mean, there's no doubt.
That's what I would be concerned with.
Yeah.
And that's what everybody's concerned about.
I think the government knows what they are. I think the government does know what they are, the missing ones.
Well, if I was a foreign asset working overseas right now, I'd be really nervous. I'd be scared shitless.
I have a backup.
Yeah, I'd be scared. I'd be heading home
if you're in Russia.
Yes, if you're in Russia and you're a foreign asset working for us over there, you're in deep shit.
I'd be nervous.
I'm sure you are.
I'd be nervous.
What about the guy they threw out the window this last week? He might have been
the one over in Russia? Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He could have been one of our assets.
Accidentally fell out the window. Oops, comrade. It's like
he's not the first one.
No, there's been a series of them that's been killed.
Oh, yes. Some fall down the stairs and get hurt at
the window for a long time over there.
I think two of them, their family were killed with them. One of them, they made it look like a murder-suicide, I think. I don't think so. They spoke up against the war in Ukraine. You say anything bad about Putin, you're probably going to end up dead somewhere. Don't matter where you are. They'll poke you with an umbrella, man. Boom, there you go.
I reckon they've got to dig that coffin up eventually. Maybe not when Trump's alive, but there's something in that coffin even the TV stations are talking about the coffin and the weight of it and why. Why? Because he hated her. He hated that woman with intensity. Why would you want her on your first tee?
There
Well,
you go.
If you
she's a tax write-off now.
Indeed.
Yes.
Well, Ozzy, I'm glad you came in, buddy. But we're gonna cut it. We've been on for a while. So
yeah,
we're
I
I'm gonna-
expected that. I've been busy, and
well,
I thought I'd just jump in
and
and
I'm
have a
glad
listen.
you are, brother. You're out there doing good work. I assume whatever you
Well-
ran to do the other day had something to do with an animal.
You're correct.
Yep,
Yes, you
there
were.
you go. Good man.
It was an animal, the most honest breathing, oxygen using product in the world. An animal. They are so genuine. They don't lie to you. They
No,
don't.
don't lie to you. Don't do shit.
No.
No, they don't.
No.
You can guarantee what you get from an animal is genuine. If he bites you or hisses at you, you've pissed him off for a reason,
Hey,
and it's time to analyse how you're
If my
handling
dog growls
it.
at you,
It's,
my dog's a good
there's
dog.
a reason.
Wag his tail at everybody. If he growls at you, there's a reason. So
Yeah.
anyway, Ozzy, thank you again for coming by and joining us. We appreciate it so much.
My pleasure. Thank you.
And DJ,
Yes.
appreciate you coming in, joining and sharing your evening with us.
Thank you. It's been fun as usual.
it
I
has
love
been
it.
indeed.
I really like it.
And Bernadette, what can we say, baby? We're so happy you're back and that you're well.
I'm
We
glad
missed
to
you.
be back.
We
You know, I
missed you.
needed to get my political fix in, and there's no better place than do it right here with
Right
Blue
here.
Dots,
There
man.
you go, baby.
Amen.
There you go. Thank you all. And to our Blue Dot family on YouTube, on Facebook, thank you so much for coming in and being a part of this. Thank you for being the family that you are to each other. Good night, Caroline. I saw you getting to bed a minute ago. So her and Johnny have a good night.
Excuse me.
Huh?
Excuse me. You saw a what?
Oh, no, she went to bed. She was as long as they were getting in bed. They have a beautiful, they sent me a picture. They have a beautiful thing on their back deck, and it's got like curtains around it, like I don't know. It was really gorgeous. Little sitting space in there to enjoy a little beer, bud, and have a nice view. And
Oh,
you know,
lovely.
it's just really lovely. Yeah, they're really lovely people. I had a great time talking to them. Oh, she's still up. Haven't gone to sleep yet, but it's been a great day for them. I know they're going to sleep well tonight, as I hope all of you do. Again, thank you all for being part of this family. Mañana's a new day, a new week. We're going to see what happens. It'll be exciting. Don't worry about it. There'll be plenty to talk about. Until then, even if you have to change a flat tire in the rain, try to keep a smile on your face, baby, because it ain't the worst part you've ever been through in your life. It got to get better. So that's what I did today, by the way. Change a tire. Fucking. Anyway, keep a smile on your face, baby. Make somebody else smile. It's worth it all. Y'all say goodnight to each other.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. We'll see you back
Hasta
here on.
luego.
Hasta luego. Hasta mañana. We will see you back here on Tuesday for another Blue Dot family meeting. Until